Right now at 10, planning for death is something many families put off, but experts say that can come at a very significant cost. Rising fees, complicated insurance claims, and families struggling to honor their loved ones the way they want to at the end of their life. From funeral costs to long-term care and insurance complications, the cost of dying can leave loved ones struggling financially in their darkest hour. For one East Tennessee family, those costs are still adding up almost a year after saying goodbye. Reporter Ellis Rold has more.
Grief is hard enough, but for many families, it's only the beginning of the struggle.
This, instead of us having a gravestone right now, because we don't have the money to get a gravestone, this is what we have, is this little placard thing.
At a quiet cemetery, Sonia Thomas Brown honors her dad,
This is my dad.
the best she can. Nearly a year after saying goodbye, the Loudoun native is still grappling with costs.
Just a minor plain funeral was almost $13,000.
Sonia's dad died of congestive heart failure after years of hospitalizations and procedures. For Sonia's mother, the love of her life was gone. The bills were there to stay.
My mother filed the claim and was told that the insurance policy was pretty much null and void.
Without that insurance, the family was left to cover everything. And for many families, the cost of dying doesn't come in one bill. It comes in waves.
In our society, unfortunately, everything is money driven, and more now than it's ever been.
Cindy Bradley runs the only dedicated hospice facility in East Tennessee. She says end-of-life care comes with realities many don't see coming.
A nursing home now will run you $10,000 to $15,000 a month.
A no-frills funeral can cost you anywhere from $8,000 to $20,000.
There are more cremations now than funerals. It's a cost issue. It's a cost issue.
Bradley says no matter your tax bracket, an expensive death is a hard fate to escape.
There are a lot of people who have worked hard their whole lives and just don't have that nest egg.
Sacred Ground is a 501c3 nonprofit. That model helps keep their doors open and their standard of care high.
When we help others, the richness that comes into our lives it's indescribable.
But even families who plan ahead still struggle. Sevierville estate planning attorney Kelly Champagne Dudicum says many assume they don't need a plan.
They either don't think that they are wealthy enough to need estate planning, which is such a common misconception, or they think that, why bother with it? My family, they'll inherit no matter what.
She says the more conversations, the better.
When there's not a plan, that's where I think the cost starts to increase, is when you don't know what to do in the moment to honor your parents, no dollar amount matters.
For Sonia, the costs are still there. The grief is, too. But she knows exactly what her dad is thinking.
So we come out here and we just sit and kind of listen to the silence, but we feel him here too. And I think he'd be really proud that I'm advocating for my mom.
Experts say the most important step families can take is understanding what insurance will and won't cover and talking openly about final wishes before a crisis happens. Experts also say the cost of dying is a tough problem to solve because, unfortunately, like most things, death is a business. But the consensus from every expert we spoke with, planning ahead for death is the best thing you can do to protect your family and your assets.